we see a cool.
Alrighty, so because of the way that map bans work in a best of 3 series, we're going to see one ban from each team. So 7F will ban first, Fortress Death ban second. Then we see them pick a map. This gets each of the teams to really show off their best map and show off or their second best map if their best map is banned out first. But it will really show off some of their skills on their maps and really it just shows off the best of each team. They both pick a map. So 7F will pick first, Fortress Death picks second. Then they both ban another map out. And whatever's left is the decider. If we do, and hopefully we do, go to that 1-1 scoreline at the end of the regulation for a tiebreaker map, best of 3. Whoever gets that second map will take it out and go straight through to grand finals. And whoever doesn't, well, we'll see you later. Thank you for playing, and we will see you next season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully all the teams stick around because it's been an absolute cracking season. Been a lot closer than I think a lot of people thought it was going to be.
Absolutely.
So stick around.
Looking forward to it.
Definitely. All right. What are we expecting from these bans tonight, Kilo? What are you?
Okay, so 7F banning out, I think, from some of their previous successes and non-successes, I think 7F will probably ban out Clubhouse going first, just knowing that Fortress Death have a lot of interesting strats on that, or we could see 7F ban out Chalet because Fortress Death have shown that they're very strong on that Chalet map. Chalet is going to be the first one out, one of the 2 picks. Now, if Fortress Death have been smart, it's going to be a Cafe ban. Cafe or actually Consulate would be the second one. There's Cafe ban. Now, the first pick, I think, will come up in the middle under my screen, but we are going to see the first pick from 7F. I believe that will be Coastline, I think. They do enjoy their Coastline. It'll be either Coastline or Oregon coming out from 7F.
Prediction, but no, they went a little bit different from your prediction there.
Interesting.
Ooh, what are we seeing? What are we seeing?
I don't know the maps. I just know the first one.
Well, I'm not sure if you can actually see that. It's not showing up on map bans, but 7F have chosen to play Villa as the first map.
It's no surprise that Fortress has banned Cafe after the 7-1 demolition about 4 weeks ago in the regular season.
Absolutely.
When they were taken to the houses and they were absolutely obliterated by an all-conquering 7F at that point. So
absolutely,
but the playing field has been evened out a little. So
the first map 7F have picked is Villa. Now we know Fortress Death to be incredibly strong on Villa. They've taken out both Rands and they took out Nefarious on Villa quite handily. Yes, they were both. I think they were both. No, not both overtimes. Rands was overtime, but then 7F also won against Rands overtime as well. So Villa is going to be a very interesting map. I was hoping that was going to be the decider, actually.
Yeah.
Villa being the first one. Now, the second pick. Does Adam know the second pick?
Adam does not know the second pick. No.
Ooh, Adam, do you want to take it out and see how we're going?
I think Oregon's going off the board. That's me personally. I don't think both these teams like Oregon. They're both the only loss 7F had this season was on Oregon to Nefarious, and one of the earlier losses in the season to Rakes was Fortress Death on that map, and we haven't seen a lot of them on that map, and it doesn't strike me as one of the maps that they actually love, these 2 teams. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Coastline. I expect to see a Coastline in this.
So this next one is a pick from Fortress Death.
I'm expecting to see Coastline.
Coastline? You reckon Fortress is going to pick Coastline?
I think we're going to see something different here. I'm making a call.
I think Fortress is going to play Clubhouse. I think Fortress are very strong on their Clubhouse, so they're going to pick Clubhouse. I think Coastline or Consulate will be left to the decider. And I think knowing Fortress, they're going to want to play Consulate a bit more than Coastline just because of the way that those 2 maps do play.
Definitely some very good predictions there, but they're going to go a little bit different. Fortress Death are actually going to opt to play Oregon.
Ooh. Okay.
Interesting. That's not a map that strikes me that they love. That's just me. That's just
as I told you,
they might have done some homework.
Might have done something different. Yeah.
As I told you before we started, that we did have a bit of a surprise in the map ban and mag picks, and I definitely think it has surprised.
So 7F will probably ban out Clubhouse next. Fortress will then ban out Coastline, and we'll be going to Consulate for the final map. that is my prediction for the final 3 bans and picks. Clubhouse is going to be banned. Okay. Then it's going to be... I'm going to stick with it. Coastline is going to be banned out by Fortress Death, and we're going to be going to Consulate for a final map.
Okay. Let's see,
The
John.
only prediction that you have gotten right so far tonight. So,
Oh, okay.
yes, we will be playing deciding map on Consulate
Interesting.
if we get to that.
Yeah.
But only time will tell. So now we get to see what each team wants to actually pick. So as 7F decided to play Villa, Fortress Death get to pick whether they want to start attack or defense.
I think Fortress Death are going to go their very Fortress Death way, and they're going to pick attack first. Try and get as many rounds on the board as they can, and then bring it through in the defense.
Obviously, Adam knows this one, so I'm not going to ask him his opinion. But
no, they
they
picked
will be
defense.
starting on
Okay,
defense.
cool.
And as FD decided to play Oregon, obviously 7F gets to choose whether they want to attack or defend. Adam Kilo, what are your thoughts on this one? What do you reckon each
7F usually... 7F are a very attack-heavy team. They love attacking. I don't know if they're going to want to pick that comfort pick of attacking first, or if they're going to want to come home with that and just try and get as many rounds on the board on their defense. But we also know that Fortress Death do like their defense. So if we're going to start them off on the defense, put me down for 7F attack.
Yeah.
Adam? 7F attack, you reckon?
Yeah, 100%. There's no doubt.
7F have opted to go on defense, Oregon.
We know nothing. Anyway.
And the decider, if we do reach it, 7F do get to pick whether they want to attack or defense.
Yeah, as 7F started off the map bans, and as they're the higher seed, they got to pick which one this was. So I think that they're going to pick to start defense first, based off their Oregon pick and based off the fact that this is a bit of a different map that we haven't seen either of these teams really play.
Adam?
Yeah, I agree. We don't have a lot of vision or footage to talk about on these two teams outside of having played with them in ranked and stuff. But that's a different beast to competitive, so it's hard to give you a direct comparison with that stuff. So going to be interesting either way. It's going to be very, very good. It's a beautiful segue to us to get into this first map. We will get it underway. We are going to see 7F.
First off,
taking on
7F have chosen to attack on the deciding map of Consulate if we reach it.
They're just playing with me. They're just playing with me. That's what they're doing.
We're going to get stuck in. The players are probably itching to go. They're in the lobby, so we're ready to go. Let's get this one kicked off. Sit back, guys. Enjoy, because this is going to be an absolute banger. Best of 3, map 1 on Villa, Fortress Death versus...
I'm excited.
7F.
I'm very excited.
Let's get this one on.
Okay, map 1, Villa. Welcome everyone here. Welcome to the semi-finals once again. We are going to be going onto Villa. First operator ban, Adam. Thatcher has got to be out.
Thatcher's off. Blitz.
Whoa.
That's a Rella ban. That's a direct counter to Rella.
Yep.
Rella loves the Blitz.
I was almost thinking
Finker?
we could see a Finker ban, but I don't think it's going to be coming out from 7F due to the fact that they ran that so strong last time we saw these two teams play up against each other. It was very much the Finker show.
It was.
And it was Doki on that Finker that really gave Fortress Death some things to think about.
Indeed.
Mira is going to disappear as well, and I think we're going to see Ella Shotgun stay in, as Fortress Death seem to really enjoy playing that operator.
Lucy, interesting.
See Lucy out. I think that's also another counter ban or a target ban more towards Exoxy or...
they just don't want that slow. They want to play a fast style of game. And they just they want to be able to... I just don't think that they want to see that when they're attacking.
Yep. Now, Adam, see the operator picks that are coming out for Fortress Death on their preferred defense on Villa, which is a map that they have played very, very well in the past.
Well, I think we know what we're going to see here. We've seen the traditional hole. They love to play the Wamai on top of the bathroom or the basin sink. You know, Silk's going to be hanging around there. He's going to have the roam support from Epic and Couchy. Couchy will probably play underneath. J-Mag looking like he's on site duty, playing the Legion, unless he's going to roam the Legion. But I expect to see Spewy around the site as well. Generally the hard anchor, but I think you're going to see Silk hanging around that and just being a nuisance outside of bathroom and just trying to deny them access to the wall and be able to get in there through closet. So I think that's what we're going to see from FD here.
Well, we are going to be going to AVG first in terms of the sites,
trophy,
rather than
sorry, I did not
rather than going trophy. No, that's fine. We are going to be seeing the AVG site hold first.
Interesting, but they'll still deny. I think it's there.
They don't have the wall denial that we usually see, as Mute has had his teeth removed in terms of that wall denial. It's a lot harder to deny the two walls with the one Mute jammer. And I've just realized Cade is still in.
And not
So they've definitely still got that wall denial there then with Cade, but I don't believe they've opted to play, have they?
Nope.
No, they haven't opted to play the Cade. They've just got the Mute for the wall denial. Everything else is sort of just... they've got the grenade denial from Silk Bros and from Epic Gabba with the Wama Jaeger combo. They also do have some information and area denial from J-Mag, and also from Young Spewy just a little bit as well.
Zoxy.
Meanwhile, on
Doki.
7F side, they do have a lot of information that they can gather with the Twitch. The Thatcher is being brought by Exoxy as well, so Exoxy and Lacoste being the hard breach support combo.
Exoxy was there a long time, then a very dangerous position there. Could have been.
That front door is definitely very... not a spot you really want to hold. You have so many angles that you can get shot from on that, so...
Couchy on the room as we expected, so that's no surprise there. Couchy loves to get around and about the map and be a nuisance and wreak havoc.
Absolute nuisance as well. And with the Twitch, a few new buffs coming out for the Twitch. The Twitch drone can jump. The Twitch drone can now throw out lasers. Rella sending it in through Classical 90, peeking onto site before the drones have come through. Drones are now going through, takes out the camera, and decides to just sit a little bit more passively as the wall is going to be opened. Couchy, Epic Gabba falls down to Relapser. Lacoste finds Young Spewy, and now we are in a 5v2 with Amud taking down J-Mag. Couchy falling to Doki, and
flawless
Amud
round.
taking out Silk Bros for a flawless round.
Huge.
First one on the board for 7F.
Wow, what an electric start for 7F there. Absolutely clinical. There was a really tentative and unlike FD's defense there. There was no aggression. They gave up full control with no resistance, and they got absolutely punished for it. Moe having a huge impact in that round, going absolutely big. Lacoste getting the wall done and moving straight to the side and getting killer abilities. But no, they need to tempt the aggression here, because that is very un-FD, like very passive defense there.
It's not what we usually see, and it's not what we've seen when FD go well. They go incredibly well, and it's usually off the back of some of that almost unwarranted but calculated aggression.
Yes.
We will be going to Trophy Statuary with
This is where
no wall denial on this one. Oh, Bandit, sorry. No, we got a Bandit, so we have some wall denial. My bad.
This is the side they were on originally. They must have switched at the last minute, so I'm not sure what went on there in terms of comms with FD, but you know, I think, how they're going to defend this room. I think we've seen it all 1,000 times. Silk's going to plant himself in here. Couchy's going to be a nuisance, and they're going to be out to deny, because this is what they do. They love to deny, but they didn't do it last round, so it was very un-FD, like very tentative, and maybe a little nervous start.
Yeah, with the original lineup, when we did have Weenus Charlie instead of J-Mag playing in that bathroom area, we saw Weenus sitting on top of that sink with, I think it was Couchy and Young Spewy, all three of them going on those weird roams. Silk Bros was more of that anchor, and Epic Gabba and Silk Bros were those two anchors that played on site. The other three would rotate around where they were needed in terms of their roam game. Exoxy is going to start things off by a rappel up onto that Astro window, throwing a drone and it looked like he completely
Ooh,
missed, or he's going
Moe.
round.
Moe.
Hamoud finding J-Mag and then getting refragged out by Couchy. It's now onto that 4v4. Silk Bros right where you expected him to be. While my disc going out to deny some of those pesky grenades that will be coming in to try and remove him from this location. He gets pinched in there by Rella. Lacoste finding Epic. But Young Spewy finding Lacoste, the only one that was untraded with Rella, and he's now pushing onto site. Couchy, last one left in a 3v1 now. Needs to find all 3 of these 7F players and then deny the time for plant.
Oh, unlucky.
Doesn't quite manage to find Rella, who
Rella's
does
having a huge,
get Couchy.
Huge start for Rella. Looking very good. This is looking really good for 7F. They love to attack, and they're taking it to FD right now. How are FD going to respond? 2 near flawless rounds. The timing on that kill on Silk Bros was very unlucky, might add. He got distracted by the man on it. The jump in was just perfect by Rella. Absolutely perfectly executed.
Absolutely. But we do have to remember that this is the 7F map pick, and we've got more than one map to deal with. So if 7F do win this, it's not all over, but we are going to be seeing a trophy statuary hold once again. They've found that they've done that a little bit better, not being a flawless round for them. So they're going to go again.
Really like to see that Frost pick Pog Mats. I know you love yourself a Pog Mac Hilo. We've talked about that a little bit throughout the broadcast.
Absolutely. And we have seen Silk Bros play Frost very, very well in the regular season. I think we saw J-Mag play Frost incredibly well against Nefarious, the original Nefarious lineup on this map, and get himself the MVP for that in week 3.
Looks like they're going to try and go for a more of a trap-orientated
slow him down
hold on this one. Slow him down a bit. Silk Bros on that Frost. And you got Legion, you got the Mozzie to stop the drones. So looks like they're going for a bit more of a trap-heavy defense. So we'll see how this pays off for them.
We will indeed.
I want to say Murray's had a huge impact. Sorry, Yellow. Murray's had a really big impact so far. Murray's on the Hamoud account. That's Murray. 7F Murray. He's changed his name, but he's looking really sharp, as is Rella. So they look like they've turned up and they're ready to go.
They do look like they've turned up. They've warmed up and they're ready to play at this present time. FD just needing a little bit of time to warm up and get into the flow of things, it seems. They're not playing as aggressive as they usually would in these certain situations. Lacoste, having switched over to the Ash, definitely a more aggressive operator than we've seen him being playing, as he was the hard breach for the last couple of rounds. Exoxy having taken that over. Lacoste finding the opening kill onto Young Spewy. And we're now left in a 5v4 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Lacoste pushing into that 90, going through Vault and into Aviator through games. We're going to be seeing him take a large portion of the map here and is going to be looking for someone in Couch. Epic Gabba is in Couch, but we don't know if he knows that the player is there. Doesn't, run straight through, pre-firing, but Rella does find Silk Bros off screen, as well as Lacoste finding Epic Gabba in that trade-off.
Couchy taking a fair bit of damage there. Down to about 25 health. Doxy is getting that plant down at the moment.
J-Mag finding Hamoud there, or Moe, and then Doki cleaning up, taking out J-Mag and Couchy in one gunfight.
Wow, we had not expected this. They have come to play. 7F are playing very aggressive and very angry, and it is paying off for them. They are absolutely steamrolling FD right now, and FD need to respond because this one is getting out of hand.
I don't know. It says FD are just... I think the nerves might be getting to them for a little bit. Definitely some high stakes for this game, and there's a lot to... not for grabs, but a lot to lose at the same time. So I think the nerves might be getting to FD just a little bit.
I think it's the nerves, and it's also the fact that 7F did completely destroy them in the regular season. It's not really saying much, but this is still a best of 3. So it still could swing back the other way, even if 7F do pick up this map. Fortress Death could reverse sweep them, and that final map, I really want to go there because that's Consulate, and we have not seen that enough. Plus, next season, Consulate is disappearing, and we are going to be seeing Bank in its place.
Big sad.
So Consulate, one of my favorite maps, is going away from the competitive scene, but we could be seeing it back soon after it gets a bit of a tweak, I think. That'll be the one of the next season's tweaks, hopefully, coming up.
We need to talk about Rolla 6-0 right now, and Lacoste doing. I have to say, in the weeks where 7F have looked a little bit, I don't know, worn without their proper lineup the last couple of weeks. You've seen them struggle for a couple of games. They really struggled to win last week. They just go to the line 7-5. The week before they lost to Nefarious 8-6. But when you have this lineup and they're back and they're playing with this, damn, are they sending a statement right now? And they are looking extremely good. Lacoste has been the unsung hero the last couple of weeks. It's 20 kills and 16 kills in back-to-back weeks. So he is absolutely a man in form right now.
Yeah, Exoxy not really in the great current form, but he hasn't given away a death yet for his team. He's been playing those support roles over the Thatcher, or he's been playing on the Ace as he is right now, doing a bit of the droning, doing a bit of the breaching, I guess. This is the first round that Fortress Death have elected to bring the Cade.
Oh, nice nade.
Grenade going out and not finding anyone because there is no one there to find.
Rella?
But this could be a double. Rella firing it out, but Amud finding two.
Oof.
Then getting refragged back.
Oh, nice trick. Really well banded. Little K trick there. Beautifully by Spewy.
Okay, trick. Couchy pushing around that top red stairs landing. Not managing to find anyone, so he's going to dip back and go for another flank. J-Mag sitting inside of Vault, holding a bit of a long angle onto the study door. Lacoste having taken 90 control, having taken Doki, does find the rook of J-Mag, and is now going to push straight onto site. Zoxy finding Young Spewer to open his account in this game, then Doki finding Couchy to close out the round for 7F.
Oh.
4 rounds to 7F. Ooh. Fortress Death on 0 so far.
We might just get a pause out here. Spewy has dropped, and we will hopefully get him back as soon as possible. I might pop us back onto the casting screen in the meantime. And let's talk about the first 4 rounds that we have seen here today so far. Wow, a little bit FD like, you have to say so far, guys. What are you seeing? And obviously 7F are playing incredibly well so far.
7F do enjoy their attacks, and I think potentially this was a bit of a mistake on the part of FD to not start their attacks and get that 6 rounds of warm-up, no matter what the end is. We've seen them beat teams that really, on paper, they would have struggled a little bit more against when they've started on their attack, and they've managed to come all the way through and reverse sweep. Rands, I think it was pretty much nearly a reverse sweep, being 5-1 down at the split on Clubhouse. So I think those kind of games, you want to be starting on your, I guess, least preferred side, or starting on that attack, working your way up to it, working your way into that comfort section. When you're warmed up, you're ready to go, you've got all cylinders firing, and then pushing forward from there.
Agreed. We do have Spewy back in the lobby, so we are good to get. We'll get straight back into this one. Just bear with us, chat. But thank you for that quick little intervene, and we'll get straight back into this match, and we are good to go. We need
All right, let's go. We do still have the 6-pick phase after this reveal phase. It's where one of the operators could be switched out by one of the players, because each team do get to see who they're going to be playing against, other than that 6-pick that is a potential to come into. Now, not only do we get to chat a little bit in those little breaks, but the teams get to chat a little bit as well. So we could be seeing Fortress Death really take that little bit of time to maybe shore up some of their defenses, maybe just get a little bit back into the mental state of where's this game headed, because it's been a bit of a destructo run for 7F at the moment. They're playing incredibly well here. Exoxy has found himself his first kill as well, and so moves back onto the Thatcher to be a little bit more aggressive. Putting Moe onto the Ace. Ace has been one of those operators that you can play as hard support, you can play as flex frag support, and you can just play him as a straight out fragger. Going to be seeing Fortress Death fly themselves down to the kitchen site here. And we are off and racing. I'm not sure if they know where it is. Probably do. Always seem to know. No C4s on the board.
Very interesting. I've come to love what I've seen from Roxy. I think he's shown a lot of leadership. He's playing the Thatcher. He's not playing the fragger roles. He's leading from the front. He's not coming out. He's changed his style of play for the way his team is playing right now. And I really think he has to be commended for it, honestly. I think he's having a huge impact for his team.
Absolutely. He's playing a bit too aggressive with the drones, seeing that little X next to his name, but he is using that second drone very, very well. Is this going to be the first death for Exoxy there? He's going to pre-fire through the wall, looking to see if he can find, but the opener is going to be J-Mag onto Lacoste there. One of the big players coming out. That is going to be Silk Bros finding Exoxy, but is going to be cleaned up by Doki, who does swing in through the statuary area. J-Mag finding Moe. And then looking for Rella, but putting Rella... Not quite. Rella does manage to put J-Mag down for that. Exoxy has left, but it's not going to make any impact in the rest of the game, or in the rest of the round, because he has already needed to wait and respawn next round. 2v3 now. The vertical has been opened by Doki now. I'm going to see them start to make an aggression onto the site. Rella with 2 breach charges left is going to push right into the castle, but into the waiting arms and crosshairs of Epic Gabba, who cleans them both up very handily. Oh, wow. I didn't mind that play. I don't think it was that bad. I think the idea was right. It was just unfortunate that he was sitting right there waiting for it, but wow, what a play. This is a much better round. Holding the off angle there. Not really, you're not expecting someone to be sitting in the middle of kitchen there. There we go, we've got Exoxy back. I just assumed he would be back fairly quickly. I'll wait for him to load in before we start this one. But good round for FD. Maybe that little quick pause has maybe settled the nerves a little bit, because that looked like a much better FD round. J-Mag going big in that round for his team. Triple kill, getting on the board, creating some havoc. I have a feeling that J-Mag is going to have a core position now. Yeah. He just looks... hearing the whispers and listening to what my little birdies tell me, the J-Mag looks like he's going to have that core position and no longer a sub, so congratulations to J-Mag. For an active roster in replacement of Venus Charlie. Ooh, but good definitely start. A good introduction to the team, so definitely good for J-Mag. Getting a solid... a permanent spot on that team would be incredible for himself Oryx. And for the team. Just want to cut you off there a little bit, J-Rolls. Oryx has been locked, and there's not enough time to 6-pick now. Oryx, we are going to be seeing an Oryx played by J-Mag himself. He's showing off a little bit. I've seen him on the J-Mag. I've seen him on the Oryx, and he is quite good on the Oryx. He loves the gun. He loves that gun. We saw him earlier. On the Legion because of the gun. He loves that weapon, but he loves it because it has the scope, so it's not a surprise to me. And he's feeling it. He played really well, and he's gave him a little bit of a spark, so why not try something different? Because they really need to get this round. It is imperative that they win this round, otherwise we're looking at a very, very tough game for them and a tough road back to win this one. It's already going to be a tough road back to win this one. 7F have only got one more round on their attacks. Fortress Death meaning they only have one more round on their defense, and we know Fortress from the season, they do enjoy their defense and play their defense a lot better than their attacks. Their attacks sometimes look a little bit more disorganized than some of the attacks or some of the defenses that they have. Silk Bros going for a bit of a spawn peek with the TCSG, not something that we usually see a lot of in this competitive, but it might just throw them off enough. Doki going for the drone and trying to find any of those players, not finding anything, but will hear the window being broken. TCSG in hand is gonna find one of those drones, but not the second one. Holding a pixel out onto the balcony window, or bathroom window, sorry. Epic Gabba, quick peeking out onto the Astro window there. Castle is a good pick.
Oh,
Castle is a very good pick. Lacoste taking a lot of damage from, I believe that was Silk Bros, but Exoxy looking for those feet through the drone hole. Lacoste having been tagged up quite a bit. Doki, first one to fall to Silk Bros. TCSG finding a second one onto Lacoste.
Traded by Exoxy.
But does get traded out by Exoxy. Rella finding one onto Epic Gabba in the meantime. Rella does go down and gets finished off by Couchy. Left in a 3v2, 1 minute 30 left on the clock. Moe and Exoxy have to go big. Moe finds Young Spewy, and now it's a 2v2 with 1 minute 30 left on the clock still.
Nice.
Moe getting downed by J-Mag, finding 2 with the late flank on the Oryx. That is big for him. Big for Fortress Death, going 4-2 on the split. Not great, but it's workable now.
It is.
It's not a complete shutout with the 5-1 split that we were hoping not to see if you're a Fortress Death fan. And I know there's a few of you out there, but for the 7F fans, that's still a really good half, being 4-2 up on your attacking half against a team like Fortress Death.
Absolutely. If you're a 7F fan, you're loving what you're seeing right now. That was a clinical, there was some really precise attacks. They absolutely steamrolled them. It looked like, honestly, it looked like they hadn't even turned their consoles on in the first 4 rounds of that game. FD, they were lacking. They were playing very passive. They weren't looking like the team we've known to, and we've seen throughout the regular season. They were a little bit shell-shocked with the aggression and the way that 7F have played. So really good to see a little bit of FD coming back in the last 2 rounds. And they look like they're back, or they're heading back into this match. But will it hurt them in the end, that slow start? That's the thing that we want to talk about. Will that come back to bite them?
It could for this map, but then we do have a second map and it all resets and we go again from there. I don't know how much this will have on the impact on the whole game, but Fortress Death, I haven't really seen them take a long time to get started before. So it's not a long time to get started unless they're on their attack. On their defense, I've not seen them take long times to get started. But we're going to go to the 7F defensive side now. Prep phase is nearly over. It's an interesting hold there by Rella. Playing the smoke shield on an open wall.
Love seeing that. That cuts off the rotation to the stairs very, very nicely.
Only if you have someone watching it though, and it doesn't look like there's too many.
They're just creating holes for later in the round, I believe.
C4. Exoxy has lost the game, and seeing as we have started,
we will finish this round.
We will finish this round off. Without Exoxy, it's a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Great.
So, 7F will play this round 4v5 now. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock.
Couchy with the entry frag there, and a really good start for 7.
J-Mag being lit up quite a bit, and that sounded like it was Doki. Doki does get finished off by J-Mag, who hits a nutty shot. Silk Bros finding Rella, and then J-Mag going down as well on that opener. But Young Spewy finding Lacoste. Was that a flawless round?
I don't know if it was classed as a flawless round because
Exoxy is back, so
someone dropped.
We'll just quickly time it, just pause it, just so we can make sure that that Exoxy gets back into this one. But yes, FD have woken up. They've awoken. That slow start, they've just picked one of the rounds back that they needed to get back. Very fortunate for them that Exoxy
That's 3 in a row.
It is. That's very fortunate.
3 in a row for Fortress Death. Slow start, but they're back in this. It's now definitely very, very winnable, or at least very, very close coming back to this. 4-0 doesn't look great on your scorecard, but 4-3, that looks a lot better. It doesn't matter who you are or where you're from. 4-3 looks better than a 4-0.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. I think it was very fortunate for them that Exoxy dropped, obviously, but they capitalized. You still have to capitalize. And they got 4 very, very solid players. So it's not an excuse that a player drops out, because all the players in the lobby right now are the best players on the server. So,
and Exoxy hasn't had the best game either, and that could be owing to his injury.
Yes.
So it's not a huge hamstringing as such for Exoxy to have dropped. He did drop because of the sound glitch. It has been confirmed.
Okay,
but
there we go. Yep.
if you play out around with that sound glitch, you might make more of an impact. Because if you leave during the operator pick phase, we will pause the timer for you for a limited amount of time. If you can go, it was a sound glitch, you can come back now.
Yeah.
Don't leave the round in the middle of play it out, and then we can go from there.
Spot on, Kilo. Well said.
Bit of a tip for all you players next season.
Johnny, what are your thoughts so far? What are you liking from FD here? This little mini comeback.
I'm liking the fact that FD, I think they're getting the groove. Definitely struggled in the first couple of rounds, but I think they're starting to learn how 7F are pushing, and now that they're on attack, I think I'm hoping to see some similar strats from 7F.
Yeah.
But only time will tell. But FD are definitely making a bit of a comeback. I think they found their groove. They got their mojo. They seem to be working as a team. So I reckon this is going to be a very good match from here on out.
Beautiful.
It's definitely going to be close. Oh, we're going to see a 3-man push onto the 90 window, or at least 3 men looking at pushing that 90 window. C4 does go out from Exoxy, but doesn't manage to land any damage onto Silk Bros. No, it's Young Spewy who was on there. He's going to be pre-fired, but those 2 spicy burritos are going to be shot off the vault wall, not opening it up. But Lacoste is going to be tagged up quite a little bit from, I believe that was from across somewhere else. Lacoste looking at these drones flying in from Norway is going to pre-fire the window and get flashed. He's going to need to move out of that position and open up that position to be taken by Silk Bros, who is playing on that Nomad, pre-firing out where Lacoste was and still is playing. Not managing to land anything because 1 shot will down or kill him at this point in time with that level of health left. He is going to dip out of that Norway location.
Oh, the window. Whoever that is can pick him.
Pre-fires coming out once again from Silk Bros. He's going to need to reload. J-Mag will pick up the diffuser or not. He's just going to look at jumping into... Moe and Lacoste both get shut down. One by Couchy, one by Young Spewy, respectively. We're now in a 3v5 with 1 minute 30 left on the clock. Young Spewy still being very tagged. Exoxy will go down to a shot from someone somewhere.
That was
from Study by Couchy, finishing him off there. He's going to throw the flash, but miss the Aruni laser gate. He's going to get it with the second one. Epic Gabba is going to go down. Doki gets tagged up quite a bit. Rella going down, but taking Silk Bros out as well. Well, not going down, but taking a lot of damage to his health. He's going to swing out a Vault and does take out Couchy. Doki finding Epic Gabba, and now it's a 2v2. 1v2 as J-Mag takes out Rella. J-Mag and Young Spewy need to make something happen. Doki, last one left, but they know where he is. Doki finds J-Mag there, and it's now Young Spewy versus Doki. Doki with the health advantage, but not by much. Still pretty much 1 tap each. He's going to be the one to finish it off. Doki knows where he is coming from, but they know where he is. It's going to be down to the gun skill, but Doki finishing off Young Spewy, winning a round back for 7F.
Oh, what a round. That looked like it was all FD there, and I thought, oh my god, we have got a game on here, but that is just a class of 7F coming through there. Doki comes up big for his team with a 1v2 clutch, and I really thought it was going to come down to the Young Spewy, the clutch god. I've seen Spewy, we have all seen Spewy time and time again clutch 1v1s for his team and keep them alive in rounds, but he just couldn't quite execute on that time.
I think Fortress Death just have a lot of clutches up their sleeves. All of those players can clutch up, and we've seen them all clutch up in other game or other rounds in other weeks of the tournament. We've seen Silk Bros clutch 1v4s multiple times. We've seen Gabba do it a couple of times. Spewy, as you said, bit of a clutch god there. Couchy and J-Mag as well have, in the past, clutched out rounds. So all of them are capable of doing it.
Whew. Great round. Really, that was probably one of the best and closest and most even rounds we have seen today so far. That was really, really good by Doki. Held his nerve, had the positioning. They didn't, unfortunately, they solo pushed. I don't know who that second, was it Couchy that got killed second last, or was it J-Mag? J-Mag, yeah.
J-Mag.
A really interesting decision there by J-Mag. He's generally a good decision maker, but he solo pushed into the door that was being held by Doki, and it kind of ended up and penalty punching them and put all the pressure on Spewy in the end there, and it was very, very unlucky way to end the round. But a great clutch by Doki.
Unlucky there for Doki, but at the same time, sorry, unlucky for young Spewy that J-Mag did push that, but luckily for Doki for that clutch. We're going to be going to statue and trophy now. The site more favored by some teams. Other teams, they do like the AVG or Aviator games. Looks like it's going to be a master side take, which we see sometimes. We see other times teams push it all the way from... And it looks like 7F have actually set up looking for that master push with Moe roaming very, very deep down on that red stairs area with a second. Didn't quite see who it was. Gabba going to be droning down in that basement area that I love to see play in so much, but there's not going to be a lot of play there from 7F. Moe and Rella playing in those very aggressive holds for a master push. Lacoste looking for the player that is pushing on that master side. Is going to get very aggressive with his peeking. He's going to be droned out probably by that drone that was just jumping in through master window.
Interesting to see the pulse not being underneath, so I think he's going to give calls from the site, which is a very interesting take on things.
Interesting take, but not all that uncommon. Silkbro finding the first kill onto Doki, and that is going to open up the round for Fortress Death. First kill on the board. J-Mag is going to be tagged up quite a bit. Rella finding young Spewy. And that is one of the two hard breaches off the board. J-Mag. Silkbros is going to find Rella though and trade that out. J-Mag going to go down. But finding Moe there is, I believe that's Silkbros once again. No, not Silkbros. Epic Gabba.
This could bite him in the ass. Yeah.
Is down. He could have moved there a little bit quicker, and it's going to throw him off just a little bit. Impact going to go out to try and impact trick this Thermite that is going to be going off. Does manage to successfully do that. Silkbros finding Lacoste on the roam, and that's the pulse off the board. But Epic Gabba finding the final player in, was that Rella? Exoxy.
Yeah.
Finding the final player in Exoxy, and that is 4-5. 7F still in the lead, but just clinging onto it barely.
And you can see that Couchy, J-Mag, Silkbros, they're really starting to get into this game here, and they're really lifting their team because they have warmed up. They brought all three of them, their members started the game very, very slowly, and those three are starting to heat up, and that's the reason why we're seeing the turnaround we are seeing right now is that three members of the FD team are doing their jobs, and they are fragging, and they are leading their team back into this game.
On the other side, we do have Rella, Doki, and Moe playing an incredibly good game there. Rella really stepping up that round, but not quite managing to do enough to stop the onslaught that was Fortress Death. I don't know. Maybe Fortress need to rename their team from Fortress Death to Siege of Death.
Fortress Attack.
Well, a siege, if you're laying siege to something, you are pretty much just a fortress on the outside of a fortress.
Mind blown, Kilo.
Stopping anyone from leaving. And that's what we're doing, man. No, you're not leaving this game this early. We're going to drag it on for as long as we can and hopefully take the win off you. I don't know about you guys, but casting standing up, it's very different.
I may
so much
or may
fun.
not have gone and got my chair and had a seat whilst I'm moving. Cannot confirm. Nor confirm or nor deny. Not even sure about chair rolls, but I cannot confirm nor deny that I may be on a chair right now.
We're having unfounded rumors.
I have not been sitting down the whole time. I have not been. No,
Okay,
not at all.
all right, Johnny. Johnny's committed to the cause. I appreciate it,
No,
Johnny.
I've been sitting down the whole damn time.
It's just me.
Kilo.
Just me.
Actually, Kilo's been abandoned. But abandoned ship. Oh,
Oh,
injury frag
Moe
from Ed.
taken out by
Huge
Gabba
epic.
on the entry.
that
Gabba,
underneath?
where was that from? You've
Underneath.
taken a big name in Mozzie or a big operator in Mozzie. Must have been droned out there, and I don't know where that was from, but
I believe underneath.
Jeez, that's good.
I think. Because Epic Gabba's down the bottom, so I would say it would be
Fan-
under. in dying.
fantastic for the shot there. Fantastic to open the account up for Fortress Death for this round 10. Cost with impact in hand rather than the Alder. Doki is going to get tagged up from his own shield just a tad there. I believe that was thrown by young Spewy with the frags. Epic Gabba playing underneath in that vertical angle, looking at trying to get that wall open just a bit. Or trying to remove any of that denial, but I don't believe there is any denial. No, there's no
They're just
denial
impact tricking.
on the wall.
It's just impact tricking.
They are indeed just impact tricking. Flash goes out, and it's not going to flash anyone, at least from what I can see. But Silk Bro's finding Doki, looking for a second one, as it is going to be crossed. Is Couchy on that thermite. J-Mag looking to
J-Mag.
swing into the couch seating area. Rella finding Couchy.
Oh,
Alda swinging out and finding one,
Lacoste.
looking for a second, does find a second. Lacoste going big here. Rella finding young Spewy as well. And it's now down to a 2v1. Epic Gabba having to take them both out. Impact does go out and doesn't manage to do any damage to Epic. Rella's gun does do a little bit more than nothing. He's going to be low. He's going to fake the Yana playing there. Good setup there from Lacoste and whoever, Doki, who was on the Goyo there, as the Maestro Cam's lasers can detonate Goyo shields and deny that area remotely. Pre-fire coming out from Epic Gabba. He's playing around that couch area. Lacoste is probably going to swing onto that area.
Oh,
no,
nice
it's
one.
going to be Rella who does swing and clip the edge of Gabba.
Interesting.
Good
there.
pre-fire there.
It was a really nice shot. That's 2 rounds, I believe. I have to say that probably FD will look back on it if they do lose this game, because they've left 2 rounds on the table now, and we are sitting on a match point for 7F here, and they are 2 critical rounds that they could have maximized on both their numbers. The Elder went brrr, as you say, Kilo, and that was a huge play by Lacoste. He got 2 of them with a man advantage, brought it back to 2v1, and I believe Rella got the 3rd, and it went back to into the 2v1. But Rella's on 14 kills, and he is absolutely the best player on the map right now. He is having a huge influence on this game, and it cannot be underestimated. 14 and 5. He's having a monster game.
Absolutely. We haven't seen any of these kills from either of these sides be impactless, though. They've been very close rounds, all 6 and 4, in terms of the impact that the kills have been having. However, this is not game over. Even though it's match point, it's map point. We will be seeing one map go to 7F, and it is the map that they picked. They're going to be more comfortable on it because they've decided to take Fortress to Villa.
Okay, then Johnny, do you want to add something, or?
No, I'm good. Great.
I heard you, Johnny. I heard you whispering away there. I was like, Johnny, you're okay?
I'm good. Don't stress.
Gotta give us some insight there, Johnny. Coughing is your insight, or?
Coffee's my insight, definitely.
I love you, Johnny. All right, we are looking good though. Look, match point 7F. They've played really, really well. We have to laud their performance so far. FD started the game extraordinarily slow, so FD are really in a box seat, the driver's seat to take this one out. So it's going to be a tough one. Then you have to obviously win 2 rounds to force overtime, or we will be
At this
seeing
point,
map
it
2.
is definitely 7F's map to lose. They really have not a lot. Well, FD have to do a lot to take it off them. They're going to have to win 2 rounds in a row to bring it to overtime, and then they're going to have to win 2 more after that. 7F, 1 round in the next 2 or 2. And that's going to be big for them. They're opening it up. That was Moe taking out J-Mag.
I saw that coming. He threw the camera outside, so someone was on the cam, I believe, and he just set that up killer brilliantly there. Really well executed.
Probably play C4 from Exoxy somewhere in that 90 hallway. Wonder how much that's going to come into play later, but that is the buck off the board. That is big for a site like this. The Rella is going to take a lot of damage from the frag from Young Spewy, nearly evening it up. Exoxy ducking at the wrong moment there to clip the head of the player downstairs in that main lobby.
Oh, Moe.
Moe taking out 1, taking out 2 onto Couchy. Epic Gabba and Couchy both falling to that MPX of Moe. 3 players now on brown stairs or around brown stairs. One's going to vault over, but the floor holes. Lacoste finding one with the SMG-11, but it's going to be a flawless round. They start as they finished as they started with a flawless round, bookending this first map rather nicely for themselves. But we are going to go to our next map as well.
Huge.
I think we're going to give a 2 to 3 minute break for the players, give them a chance to chat, give them a chance to get some strats working for the next round. But
we will get back onto the casting screen, so just bear with us, chat. There we go. We'll leave the players in that lobby. Wow, my word. I had to stand up, so I do apologise. I tried a little bit rattled. I had to pretend that I was sitting down there. It's gone a little bit pear-shaped here. But yes, look, great performance from 7F. They have been the top team all season long, and this is 4th versus 1st in the league as the season ended and the standings have ended. So really slow start there has come back to haunt FD there. 7F started like a house on fire. The first round just set the tone. A flawless round, and they just went just all out attack, and they absolutely were roller coasting their way through the first 4 rounds to a 4-0 lead. And I think that was obviously ultimately the doom that spelled the end for that map for FD. So looking at map 2 now, they've got to bounce back, or we're going to see 7F in the grand final. They're on match point.
They are on match point or for 7F, but Fortress Death still do have their map pick left for us to go to, and that was Oregon, which is the only map that we've seen 7F be defeated on so far in the tournament. Fortress Death have lost one map, have lost Oregon once. I believe they've won it every other time.
Yes, correct.
Yes, so they lost it in that first week against the old Rayx team that has now become Orgless and has disbanded. But we are going to be seeing Fortress Death take 7F on a map that we're not, unless they've done some work on it since that first one. And I think we did see that they've done quite a bit of work on it the next times that they played on Oregon. We've seen a lot more confidence coming out from Fortress Death on this map.
100%.
So just a couple of stats from that previous game. Our most played site on that at 55%. So just over half the game was played.
Statutory.
Yep.
So
what was that? Do you have the win rate on there, Johnny? Or
so team wins. 7F won 64% of the games, all the rounds. The attacking side, overall doesn't matter what team. Overall attacking sides was 55%. So just over half of the games were won from the attacking side.
Yeah, which we've seen in our own sort of anecdotal stats from Villa. It's been more of an attacker-sided map in the PSL.
Yes, it's. I think it's just a different meta with console. It's obviously I don't. We've seen all season. Someone said in the comments before, what are they? What's going on with? I think it was Rella. It was pardon me. It was Zexy. He said, when did Villa become an attacker favored map? We've seen that all season. Right throughout the games all season. It's been an incredibly attacker-favoured map. So, just been very interesting to see the meta shift in this league as opposed to what we see in Ranked and maybe on PC. Obviously, it's a different map on PC. So, yeah, Very interesting to see, but alas, it was a great performance by 7F. You have to laud them. They played incredibly well. They came out all guns blazing, and really took FD off guard or caught them off guard. And it was probably a match over at 4-0 with all due respect. The 4 attacking rounds in their favor in the bag, and they only need to play defense and win 3 rounds on defense to start the match, but they did. So very interesting match, and we obviously move into map 2. So it's going to be a banger. What are your thoughts on the next map? What are you looking to see, guys, from FD? Obviously, they're probably a little bit more warmed up now. What are you looking to see? What do we need to see for them to keep this alive to go to the third map?
Fortress Death are going to be moving on from their success on their attacks from the last map. They're going to be moving on to attacking on Oregon first, as 7F have decided to start their Oregon experience on the defense. So last time we saw 7F play Oregon, I think it was last time we saw 7F play Oregon, they did lose it against Nefarious.
Yeah.
In the regular season. That was the only game they lost in the season. They lost it 6-8 to Nefarious. So we will be seeing a close game with, regardless of which way it goes, it's going to be a close one. So stick around. Have you got the players in the lobby?
We do. We are good to go. I'll just set us up. What was the next map, Johnny? I've just had a fucking brain fart.
Oregon.
Sorry, yep. I'm just cracking it over right now as we speak. So without further ado,
and
we will
7F on defense.
7F defense, yep. Let me flick this over. All right, we are good to go. So we are right. We will kick on and move on to the next map. So 7F are victorious in the first match, and they are on match point, grand final point. So grand final on the line for 7F here. If they do win this one, they are going through to the final. And let's get this one kicked off, and we will get it underway. So good luck and enjoy, guys. Hope you enjoy this one as much as we do. Thank you, Johnny.
Oh, hang on. Why the map bands come up? Hang on.
Hold on. Slight technical difficulties.
While we deal with the technical difficulties, we're going to start talking about the operator bans. Now, I think we're going to be seeing some of those target bans come out, possibly a Finker ban, possibly a Nomad ban. That's banning out Silk Bros just a little bit. He played very, very well on that Nomad. It also allows 7F to do some more of their late roams and late flanks that we've seen them do on this map, to less of an effect against Nefarious, but sometimes very, very strong. That is the target ban coming out once again for Fortress Death against, was that Rella?
Yes,
Rella playing the blitz?
They're not allowing this blitz to. Superpros may have left, so we will give a quick pause here.
Jaeger is going to be the next one off the board for 7F, picking to get rid of that Jaeger. I believe that's another
Rella was
target ban against Rella. Rella played incredibly well last game on that Jaeger.
Yep.
He's got that new recoil down pat and in the bag. We need to change the names of the team in the overlay, just while we're waiting for Silk Bros to return.
Production.
There we go. There we go.
Production.
There we go. So slight technical difficulties, Daryl's there. We're finding our way through that one.
Tilly's saying that Silk's Wi-Fi may have gone down. Apparently, his stream's offline as well. So.
Okay. We may need to rehost this one. It's lucky the game's not started. So this kind of got us out a bit of a pickle. No, he has returned. We are good. That was very, very good. We look like we're good to go here. So we'll just wait. I believe he should. Is it okay to go? You think he's back in?
He should be back in, and if not, it's just the operator ban.
Yeah,
we still have the operator pick phase to go through.
There we go. Yep. Hopefully, thank you, chat, for letting us know the return of the king. Indeed, thank you, chat. Appreciate the updates.
Full cream.
Thank you, Tilly, for the updates. Appreciate it.
All right, and Mirror to round things out for the operator ban phase. That is 7F not wanting to deal with any of those cheeky mirror strats that Fortress could bring out. Right, starting off the second map for 7F versus Fortress Death. We're going to be seeing 7F take defense to start with and Fortress to continue on their relatively good attacking run. I think they went 3 attack runs in total, or did they go 2 attack runs, 1 defense? No, they went 3 attack runs on the whole lot. So, here we go. Oof. We have lost the observer temporarily, but we're back.
I'm back.
We're
Sorry,
back.
Just a quick little
good.
drink and a bathroom break, and I'm good to go for this one.
Got your bevy, got yourself settled in.
Kilo, just a quick one. You have to be honest with it. You're on the chair now, aren't you?
No, I'm still standing. Have not sat down at all.
I'm sitting, mate. I'm old. I'm old as dirt. I've got to sit down, mate. But I have the young wolf. I'm not the young wolf anymore, mate. I got to.
Well, if we ever do this in LAN, and my dream is that this becomes a LAN event at some point, sometime.
Absolutely.
We're gonna be standing the entire time.
Yeah, we will, man. I'll have to get him to roll out the frame, the walking frame for me. So. But alas, back to the game. I'm sorry, I just left a little quick momentum break. But keep the viewers updated on the situation.
Lacoste is going to be very aggressive on that peak, but not managing to hit any of those shots, but will take some pre-fire back into that classroom area from, I think that was J-Mag from the belt that I saw flash right through. Lacoste is now going to dip back up those main stairs back to site, or closer to site, and be ready for that break. He's going to break that hatch in order to create that late rotate in the to use later in the round. Sorry, my English just failed me for a second there. Lacoste knows there's a player on that rappel. That's a long rotate and a long roam from Exoxy, going very deep, closer to small tower than he is to site. Couchy having pushed all the way into big tower and into green, now onto stage. Epic Gabba, and it looks like, I believe, Silk Bros are pushing that main side. No, it was J-Mag. J-Mag having opened up the main breach, and then we are going to be moving. We're going to see Silk Bros sneaking into that.
Oh, I love seeing this. Yeah,
attic. Epic Gabba getting an opener onto Moe.
Oh, he's going to go big here.
Falling to Exoxy. That was a good roam from him, obviously. Silk Bros finding Doki very early on there. Kills are going everywhere right now. Not as everywhere as they could be, but no reinforcement on the normal rotate. They're playing it open so they can deny the area just a little bit. That main breach is still open. Rella is going to throw out that smoke, but misses the smoke. He doesn't go deep enough. That is Epic Gabba finding Exoxy, and now we're down to a 2v4. 1 minute left on the clock. Fortress Death in the box seat to take the first round on their own map, but Lacoste says no, taking out Epic Gabba. I believe that was.
That's Diffuse.
That is Diffuser down in Master, but Rella doesn't get taken out by Silk Bros. J-Mag getting tagged up a little bit by Lacoste. Swings on through, and that was round number 1.
Done and dusted. Look, a really great push. What a play by Silk Bros to catch him off guard. Really, honestly, a 200 IQ play there, creating 2 holes to the unsuspecting player that was holding Addict, and it was a brilliant flank round. I love the positioning from Rella, and the patience. Unfortunately, was taken down and pushed out of that corner in Kid's bedroom, but oh my word, was that a nice little hole that you saw there. Really interesting strat from 7F there, and it was, I liked the setup. I generally thought it was going to be able to be held, but I think he was taken out there in the cross, maybe from the jump in on window. Window, and
the other one was Exoxy pushing that that late roam, and it did come up just that little bit too late, in my personal opinion, to come up and put that extra pressure back onto site, because they lost a couple of people on site very early on. Yes, Exoxy did get the 1 kill, but it didn't really have too much of an impact in that round at that point in time. It was just, it was more the kill that Lacoste got onto, was it Couchy, I think? No, it was J-Mag, who was in that Master, dropping that Diffuser. That could have been the turning point for 7F to bring that round back, but unfortunately, it just didn't quite do it.
They've been working on this. It's not a hold that I've seen too often, but I really do like it. Not gonna lie. The only problem with this hold, it only takes one person to give a call to go under, and if you have a grenade or a Zoc charge or an Ash charge, you're pretty much dead under that shield, on that shield, because you have a general whereabouts of where that player is, so you can just grenade it from underneath. So that's the only problem with it, because you're literally putting yourself in that position. So it is risky, but I do like it. I think it's something interesting.
I find this hold, it's not something that we do see very often in the meta. We're seeing very much a bit more of a meta push. Exoxy going to roam a little bit of a different area, looking for that very early pick, and it looks like someone's going to run straight into it. Bakauchi with a drone takes out Exoxy with a bit of a free fire, taking him out and opening this game wide open for Fortress Death. More drones going out as well. Once again, Silk Bros on that Hibana is going to try and open up his little sneaky holes once again.
Rella could go big here. He's unaccounted for here. They're pushing without having dealt with him here.
Rella needs to time his rotate very, very well. He does manage to hit Silk just a little bit, but with 3 players from 7F off the board, 1 off site, this could be an execute just waiting to happen. Rella does try to push back up those main stairs, but without a camera to help him, he's not going to be able to help too much. Gets taken out by young Epic Gabba, I think.
Oh, Mummy's in a world of pain here. He's got the shotgun in hand. Can he do something special? No, he can't. And a flawless round from Fortress Death.
Fortress Death coming out strong on this one, giving 7F a taste of their own medicine from the last game. So we're off to a cracker in this one.
Hot.
They are warm. They are looking very good in this one. Very strong start for FD. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. I hate to use a cliche pun, but my word, that is exactly what they needed to come out here, make a statement. They started to get hot. They started to look more like FD as the game went along. In the last year, it was just a slow start that cost them, but damn, are they looking sharp right now. This is the FD we've seen all season long, and again, we are living and dying on by the sword with attacks. It's so attacker favored between these two teams, and attack's not something we normally synonymize with FD. They're more of a tactically defensive sided team, defensive minded team. So very good to see them on the up front and taking it to them.
Going back just a tad to where you said exactly what the doctor ordered. Now, you know how Doctor of Medicine, you get the MD at the end of your name. Yes. For example, Dr. Silkbros .MD. This is Dr. Silkbros or Dr. Silkbros FD, being the Fortress Doctor. Because they are Fortress Doctors, and they're picking apart and dissecting the fortress that is being made by 7F. You didn't know where I was going with that one, did you?
You lost me there. No, you brought me back in. You reined me on back in. I'm like, where is he going with this one? The doctor. Okay. Dissecting. Very nice. I like it. Like it, Kilo. Good start to this game. As I said, I don't think this is a 7F map. So interesting to see what they can come up with. They did lose in the Fire. They've lost 1 game this season, and it was on this map. So,
but I think it was very smart of them to ban out the Villa, the Chalet, because we've seen Fortress play incredibly well on Chalet, and I think they would have been doing a lot of work on Chalet because I don't think we've seen 7F play Chalet all that much. We're going to be seeing the extended elbow hold coming out here from 7F to try and take this basement. Lacoste is going to be tagged up just a little bit very, very early on. Epic Gabba looking like he's going to go for a bunker push, but thinking better of it. I'm losing frames at a number of knots.
I can take it through if you want. If you just let me know if I need to take it. Or Johnny.
Yeah, take over for just a sec.
So we do have, what we're doing is all 5 players of 7F are downstairs as we see an above take. It's looking like a very aggressive take. As Youngsby goes down the front main stairs here, looking to take an early gunfight here and get on the board with an entry frag. This is a full main stairs push here. It looks like Exoxy out to challenge and he hits the shot. He takes down Young Spewy and a huge frag as the Lacoste takes out J-Mag, but retraded by Epic Gabbas. So an extra trade on Lacoste there. So down 4-on-3 right now. Huge play from Moe here as they come into the backstairs. Doki and Moe in Harry Potter. Moe inexcusably punching his own barbed wire. Not sure what that was, but Couchy takes out Doki. And a huge frag for FD. Can Moe hold on to this one? Ooh.
There's Moe and a couple of others just holding it out for 7F here. 3v3, 1 minute 15 left on the clock. I'm still losing frames. I might need to restart the stream after this round. Adam,
We gotcha.
not the stream, but my stream so I can watch.
Yep, gotcha. Down to a 3-on-3. Sorry, chat for the technical. His elbow gets reinforced. A very smart play here from Moe. Just giving themselves a little bit extra. As the Zoxy takes down Epic Gabba with a huge kill. He's having a very big round, Exoxy. Silk Rose on the hunt, but it's Moe who takes him down with the final kill. But Couchy hits a beautiful shot on Moe. And we're down to a 2v1. Can Couchy clutch for his team? He's known for this.
Do you know where he is off the Malusi that was banned out last round as well? Couchy on the Jackal that was also banned out on last map. Sorry, not last round. I'm seeing the mute play a little bit of a part into here, but the smoke stopping that push indefinitely. He's going to push straight through it. Manages to get one with a triple, needing to find Exoxy as the last one. Does pre-fire out, does land a couple of shots, just needs to stay alive. Is going to swing it and pick the wrong corner, but...
Oh my god, what a round! Couchy! Oh my.
On time.
Wow. Woo. What a round that was.
First win on the board for the game, so definitely looked a little bit stronger in that one as opposed to the two previous rounds.
How's that killer? Is that any better?
That is much better on my end.
It's looking a little better on my end. I think it's better. No, I'm still just getting random pauses.
Okay. Let me just... Maybe we leave the channel and then come back in quickly. Let's dip out of the channel and then come back in. You guys tried that? Yep. And we'll see if this one works out for us.
So we do have a 6th pick onto Malusi for Ralla. No 6th pick coming out from FD.
Choose.
How we looking here, dudes?
Same choose. I'm just gonna go quiet for a second. I'll let you take over this round.
All right, so good little start here. Good little comeback there, and a much needed round. I know it's early in the game, Johnny, but a really good, good hard fought round there for 7F. If that hadn't ended on time, that would have been absolutely disastrous for them to have gone down 3-0. So they absolutely was crucial round for them. And Exoxy really had a monster round for his team. Almost panicked there and ran across into the fire of Couchy. I would have liked to have seen Couchy if there was probably one thing that happened there. Maybe Couchy could have been a little bit more aggressive without being too critical of his play. Seemed to take a little bit of time to try and find him. I think he had to go there, hoping Exoxy was going to swing, I believe. So, but yeah, very interesting round, Johnny. Very interesting round. Very close round.
Well, very, very close indeed. And you know what? Both teams are definitely doing well in this one. FD a little bit better than 7F, but it's still early game. We've still got minimum 5 rounds to play, so we'll see what comes out here.
Oh, Gabba with a huge pick. Yeah. Oh, we're going to see a rush here. It's a rush. And Exoxy, oh my word. Takes out 2.
3v3. That was an insane rush there.
Oh my god, I love that strap, but unfortunately it just didn't work off. He was a wise to it, and all of a sudden...
just obliterated that round. Fortress Death trying to do a rush. Unfortunately, did not pay off for him. 7F were just too good on that one.
Woo, what a round, Exoxy. I really liked the play. I think the call was it was a good call, but unfortunately, it ran into the hammer of Exoxy. He was just sitting there. I don't believe he could believe his eyes when he saw them vaulting in with the Ash charge. My word, he must have got the fright of his life. But he took down 2 of them and was eventually traded out at a beautiful shot by Rella under the guidance of the Toxic Babe. He was actually getting damage from it. He took him out. And the round was swiftly over. So a little bit of a momentum shake here. Those rounds can, giving up a free round like that can either obviously work in your favor or it can work against you. And unfortunately, it worked against FD in that round. So very big round for a very quick round for 7F there.
Definitely, we have Doki 6-picking off of the Vigil onto Wamai, and Couchy 6-picking off of the Ash onto the Gridlock. So the Gridlock coming out to try and stop those flanks. See how that pays off for them, and hopefully it does. But at this point in time, I don't really think FD need to worry too much about it. They've been playing well in this game, so...
Agreed. Just a quick shout out to Aegis. We do see you, mate. All due respect, but I hope you're traveling well, mate, and all the best, mate. With anything you need, mate, just send me a message, and we're happy to try and support you, mate. But much love, mate. I appreciate you popping in and being here. So appreciate you and respect and love for you. Hey, just look after yourself, mate. Hope everything can work out for you. But back to the game. Yeah, interesting setup here, Johnny. Meeting and kitchen meeting is an interesting site. We have seen a lot of different strategies used in this site. Some people like the vertical aspect of the site, and it looks like that's what they're going to be trying to stop FD from doing with Doki roaming from above. Interesting to see that the hatch gets blown or not here. It does. There he goes. But interesting to see what FD will do here, whether they'll counteract it.
But Silkro's pushing straight in and going straight downstairs to place a Claymore to stop from that Harry Potter push. We've got Silkro's trying to punch open a barricade at the moment.
Oof.
Early pick coming out onto the young Skewy there. But Moe take a fair bit of damage as well.
Oh, Lacoste. Oh, Lacoste.
Lacoste is playing it risky here, sitting right at that Claymore.
Well, they know. Ooh, almost tags him. He got away just in time.
I do believe we just had Moe get taken out by someone. I didn't see who.
So he's back to square even here at 4v4. Silkbros knows the presence downstairs. You can just track his feet here.
There's a lot of footsteps there,
and they do pick him up there. So interesting enough, but they are starting to get some control here, Johnny, of the map here, as the Epic Gabba's pushing into Dining. But Exoxy takes out Silkbros there on the Jackal, and a huge pick for 7F into this one. They have a lot of territory cut off here, so it's looking like the setup that they're going to go for a kitchen dining attack here. But Epic Gabba takes out Rella with a huge pick. And will they get the wall out here? 2 holding 90 on the roam here, J-Mag. This will be huge if he can take a player out here. Exoxy in a really prime position to go big for his team here. A lot of different angles for Exoxy to hold here. He's a little bit worried about a back push here.
He's definitely in a good spot.
Donkey. Oh, and Lacoste.
Exoxy getting... no, that's J-Mag getting double team there from the Ash and... was it the Ash? Oh, I'm losing my mind. The
oh my god, J-Mag. Oh, he just so unlucky. He just missed him. Oof. And what a play from Doki with a huge clutch upstairs. And we got a game on here, Johnny. 7F are starting to get themselves warmed up and back into this one.
Definitely getting into it. So we definitely got a fight on our hands. 7F up on rounds 3-2. Going to be going to laundry supply room on this particular round.
Big start there for 7F and a much needed round here. Rella's gone from hero to zero in the space of one game without his blitz and his the target ban seems to have worked here. Well, at least to neutralize Rella because he doesn't know what to do without his Jaeger. So Very interesting to see, but Spewy may have TK'd, I believe, Johnny, in that round, and that's probably...
I
Was it
do believe
earlier?
Spewy got that from when
Oh, the jump in? The jump in on a
rush.
Jossie?
Yeah, the
Oh,
jump in, yes.
Yeah, sorry. I
I
get you.
do believe
Yeah.
Spewy got a warning from that particular round.
Yes, they didn't manage to turn off the reverse friendly fire. But look, having said that, started off very well FD. Lost a little bit of traction with that rush, even though I thought the call was good. But we're going back to a pretty familiar side downstairs. What do they need to execute here, Johnny? They need to really capitalize, because 3-3 is above average. 4-2 in defense is pretty stock standard for this map. So if they can pinch a third round, this would be very big for FD. And what do you want to see from them?
Look, I think FD definitely need to... I think Exoxy's their main target. Take him out, because he seems to be the one holding the harder angles to push. And you got Doki on the roam a lot of the time. So Doki's definitely another one they've definitely got to look out for.
Yeah. Doki had a very impactful round last round with a couple of really, really nice kills. But it looks like it's going to be a blue push here with potentially a couple, but oh my word.
Exoxy onto Silkrise. That's a big loss.
On the Caveira. Oh, I didn't see that pick. I'm very excited to see Lacoste on the Caveira. And another pick for Moe. Yeah, Moe with the beautiful pick there. But looking good so far this round for 7F.
Big Gabbo's on a fairly low bit of health.
But he does take out
Exoxy now. That's a big pick for them. So hopefully this round's starting to look up for him.
Health advantage definitely in the favor, but it's going to swing with the shotgun here. This could be huge. He's got two people. He's got two angles to hold here. He's in a bit of trouble here. He gets a little bit of communication. Can the shotgun swing here? As he does, he kind of pops in and out. Does Epic Gab hit the shot? No, he doesn't.
His head. J-Mac taking a bit of health.
Big pick on the Caveira.
So we're down to a 3-on-3. Health advantage is on 7F's side.
It is, and it looks like Rella is really getting aggressive here. He's going to take a shotgun, and I think he's going to get the kill. If he finds him out, he does. Does he get the LAP? He doesn't, but he hits the shot, Rella! Oh my word, what a shot from Rella. A beautiful flick onto Blue Door. What a hit. Han Couchy and J-Mag tap this one out. They really need this round, FD. It would be a huge upset, but he got a single, and it misses. But a beautiful swing, but he doesn't take him out, but he does! No, he does!
Couchy gets taken out himself.
Doki.
Done a fair bit of damage on Doki there, so we'll see how this plays out. J-Mag 1 versus 3, so it's definitely going to be a bit of a difficult push for J-Mag. You've got Moe on full health, Rella just over half health, and Doki on just a splint of health. But I don't think Doki really needs to worry about his health with the way he's been playing, so...
Have a really nice cross set up on J-Mac here. Rooney under the sails, and Doki's probably going to swing around and get a kill here, which he does, and ends the round. And a 4-2 first half for 7F, and a great comeback after losing their first two rounds early, and pretty stock standard. So not overly shouldn't be overly too worried if you're an FD fan here, because 4-2 is fairly stock standard, Johnny. And what are you looking to see from the...
All right. I think I'm back, but it's pretty much the same. So I'm just going to give it my best shot at doing what I can do.
I do apologize, Kilo. I don't know how we fix this, mate.
I don't know, but after this match, we might take a bit of an extended break and try and see what we can do.
Okay. Is it completely fuzzy, is it? So...
it's completely fuzzy and pausing every, say... 3 seconds for about 4 seconds, and then I get 3 seconds of play, and then it pauses.
So I just shut Discord altogether? We'll try that.
No, it sounds like it might be on Kilo's end, because my stream seems to be fine most of the time, so it sounds like it might be on Kilo's end, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've switched to wireless, and it's exactly the same, so I might restart my whole PC and see how that goes. I have not had this happen before. This is the first time I've experienced this, especially this badly.
I do apologise, because we are trying our best to carry the cast without Kilo's beautiful talent, unfortunately. So we're doing our very best to keep this alive, because Kilo is obviously the casting talent, and he does a great job. So Johnny and I are just doing our very best to keep this alive. So please bear with us, chat, while we work our way through this, and we will try and bring Kilo to you, because he is very good at what he does. So Anyway, it's a good start so far, Kilo. Let's take us. I don't know if you got to see any of it while you're trying to reset, but
I didn't get to see any of it while I reset, but
Exoxy having a very big impact so
yeah,
far.
the net died halfway through me trying to reset it as well.
Oh god, jeez.
So it's been all over the place.
We saw
from what I can see, it looks like a bit more of a standard setup from Fortress Death for this top site that we're going to be going into as a primary site. They'll probably go to that basement site as their next site, regardless of whether they win or lose this site. That seems to be the FD way.
It looks like it is a very strong defense site hold on this particular round from Fortress Death. I can see at least 4 of them hanging around the site. And we've got one of them roaming around downstairs.
Moe tagging Couchy up quite a little bit, but Exoxy.
And
Exoxy and Moe.
We've got both Young Skewy and Epic Gabba taken out.
Moe
early.
does get traded out, and I believe that was Silk Bros taking him out.
Did he see him? Still gonna damn
Oh, he just saw him.
Oh.
Bros takes a fair bit of damage.
The grenade
Cost on the Finker, very dangerous. Does pop the Finker charge and brings Rella back up to that more health than what he had. But Exoxy getting the double.
Rella now planting diffuser, so let's see how this goes. J-Mag taking a fair bit of health there. Diffuser is planted for the first time in this game. J-Mag unsure what to do against 4 of them. They know roughly where he is and gets taken out by them. Unfortunate round for Fortress Death there. They fell apart pretty quickly there, unfortunately.
Yeah, really,
7F just really good. Exoxy with that double just, I reckon, almost cemented that round for him.
Yeah, really decisive attack there from 7F. They really put in a clinical performance in that round, and they dismantled them and they picked them off one by one, and it was a very convincing round win. And we really need to see a little bit from FD here, because this one is getting away from them again. This one's slipping away, and we are one round away from match point for 7F here. So it's a huge opportunity for them to capitalize and close this one out. They've looked really, really strong. We're imploring FD to want to get back to this. We want a close map. We want a third map, just as bystanders and casters and fans alike. So we want to see a third map. But the way that FD playing, they're really struggling right now. They need to lift their team up, and it needs to start with Silk Bros.
We do have J-Mag 6 picking off with the cap can on to the Wamai there.
Huey on the Frost. Very interesting pick to bring out.
Especially for an upstairs site. There's not a whole lot of places you can jump in without being able to
It's looking very good so far for 7F here. They look to close this one out. They've had a really solid performance on Villa, and they've really backed it up after a slow start to this one. See what FD can come up with here. They have to start winning rounds to stop themselves putting all the pressure on themselves. They are a really good defensive team.
Epic Gabba sitting down here in what is that meeting by the looks of things downstairs on the Legion.
Yes, indeed.
Have a single push from whoever Habana is. That would be Lacoste pushing front door. You got 2 of them pushing up the balcony of master bedroom.
Oh, Lacoste is going in.
Rella takes out Young Stewie. Lacoste takes out Silk Bros. That's 2 nice picks off the board.
Oh, J-Mag. Beautiful shot on Rella. Great shot from J-Mag on Rella. Huge start to this round for 7F with 2 beautiful entry frags, as they try to take capitalize control of both Addict and caught by the Royal Mind, the projectile. But Exoxy takes out J-Mag with a huge pick. Epic Gabba on the roam. Can he go big? There's one. Needs to find the kills for his team. Needs to find all the kills for his team. Diffuser is down as someone else gets backed up, but Exoxy is having a monster game. He is absolutely lifting for his team, and match point 7F. Are we going to see our first team through to the grand final here, J-Rolls?
At this point in time, it's definitely looking very, very good for 7F. They're 4 rounds up. They've just got to win one more to cement themselves into that final position. Fortress definitely struggling the last couple of rounds. They came out strong, but I think they've just slipped back a fair bit, and they've lost quite a few games, quite a few rounds in a row. So it's definitely looking very good for 7F. They can just get past this one, and they cement themselves into that final position. And we unfortunately will be saying goodbye to Fortress Death, one of the best teams in this league, in my opinion. It'll definitely be sad to see him go, but they can exit with their heads held high. They put their all into it. So they definitely should not have anything to be disappointed about.
Absolutely. They've had a fantastic season. They've entertained us all on a Friday night for the past 10 weeks. We're in lockdown. We don't want to harp on it about too much, but they've given us a lot of joy and entertainment over the last 9 weeks, 10 weeks, including this one. It's been a long and arduous season from the get-go, but these guys have really shown up each week and played some incredible Siege. It's been very entertaining to watch. They aren't done yet, Johnny. Do they have one last trick up their sleeve? In true FD fashion, leave it to the very last minute and see what we can come up with, because this is what they tend to do.
I really hope they do. I really hope they do it. I want to see Fortress just come back and absolutely steamroll 7F over the next couple of rounds. Just get back up there, put us into OT, and just... I personally want to see FD succeed and just steamroll 7F and get themselves up into that decider match, which will still give them a running chance of being final.
Interesting, and they're trying to deny the Monty here, and a very good opportunity for Silkros to put one of his favorite operators, Warden, he calls Warren, into practice. But Lacoste, it's a crazy shot. Oh my god, Lacoste hits another one. Rella hits 1-2 on the Monty, and it is not looking good. The C4 goes out, and it does no damage. No, how did he know it does? Takes out Exoxy as Couchy. So it does no damage to the Monty? No, it did a fair bit of damage to Monty, but it's not looking good.
I think Gabba taken out. J-Mate gets taken out.
There's 3v1 at the match point!
My god.
Oh my word, that was chaos. Chaos ensured. And a huge win for 7F as they make their way into the grand final. Congratulations, 7F and Exoxy and Lacoste having very big games to their team. Unfortunately, that is the end of FD.